crochet crowd. Inspire, create, and celebrate. Let's learn something today.
Welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. This is my love letter to the United States. And this is a blanket designed by me, and my ADHD kicked in a bit. So we have some different stitches, we have some different color play so that I could get through it. And I'm pretty excited about this design. This design, once we get to round number 7, has a repeat of 20 rounds in order to make it happen. So when I'm looking at it from this perspective here, it's actually going to take you quite a bit of time to get there. So when I'm filming today, it's actually been a full day process. So I've decided to film the intro at the end. So what we also have here, this is the sample that will be filmed today that you'll follow along. And so you see just changing the colors of the bitty stripes to something else, but keeping the white and then maybe adding the lavender instead of the red. You can have a completely different flow. We're going to be repeating our rounds number 7 through 26 in order to make it happen. And here on the sample, this is round number 7, and it's going to take you through all of here. During today's entire long process of filming today, it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to take you through this. Let's talk about the yarn that was used today. We are using Red Heart Super Saver Bitty Stripes, and that here that we see in the sample of tutorial here is called Lollies, but the original is called Firework. It's a brand new as of June 2026 yarn, and the colorway is really quite fun and celebration. We also are using Red Heart Super Saver in the color called White. Both samples have it, and both samples have the white in the same position. And then you're going to go back to your Super Saver bitty stripes. It's the same color, but just at a different point of the ball. And so as you finish the ball here, you just jump in order to, and just pull the ball and keep on going. In this sample here, we have Red Heart Super Saver Lavender, and lavender here is used, but on the original sample, it was called Cherry Red. So you can see that just changing the yarn gives it a different vibe. At the time of filming, I don't know how much yarn you're going to need because I'm still in design process, so you'll have to go to the video description for that in order to make that happen. And it's going to be a great day. Our journey members here on YouTube are testing as we're beginning this process, and so that will all be completely done before we release the PDF so that we can get as many of the errors out as possible. Without further ado, we're just going to jump on in, and we're going to start right from the very beginning, take you right to round number 26 so that you can repeat over and over by going back through 7 through 26 as many times as you want. This is it, and let's begin. So let's begin. We're going to use color A. It's the Red Heart Super Saver Bitty Stripes. And we're going to be using this yarn until round number 10 of this color. So we're going to start off, and you need to chain a total of 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need you then to double crochet 4 chain from the hook. And then we need to turn a corner. So in the turn of the corner for this round, it's chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochet into that chain. So the sides each have 2 double crochet, which is kind of unusual, but you have to trust the process. Do you trust me, folks? Don't answer that. Okay, so we're gonna chain 3 to turn the corner. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochet into the beginning chain. Noticing that I'm wrapping the straggler around with it, the loose end, so to trap it inside of that ring of that chain work. Chain 3 to turn the corner, so 1, 2, 3, and then coming back into that chain again. So whenever we don't change colors, we finish off a round differently than when a color is changing, like completely, like a ball. So I'm just going to grab some more yarn here. And we want to carry this yarn into the next round. So we're going to chain 1 and do a half double crochet join to the top of the first chain work. And so that will count as the equivalent of a chain 3 space. So we're going to use this space like a regular space. And what this does is it allows the yarn to stay directly in the corner, which will help the spin of this, so it prevents it from doing that. Let's begin round number 2. Round number 2. Right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to put a single crochet around the same space. So just, it's actually technically around the half double crochet post but it's counting as a space. And then you're going to single crochet in each of the 2 double crochets that you'll hit before you get into another corner. And then in your corners in this round, it's going to be 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. And I'll show you another side, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So 1 single crochet in the next 2 double crochets that you'll have. And then your corner, 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Please put me on hold, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. When you get back around, you're going to use that last space that was the starting space. So you'll single crochet first, and because it's because it's a chain 3 corner, we need to chain 1 and then do a half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet. While we're here, I'm just going to pull up a loop. If you did not feel comfortable with this being buried underneath the stitch work, you can just take a tapestry needle and just take that loose end and just kind of bury it through. So it's already been locked with a slip knot, but if you don't trust it or you feel more confident, just run it with the tapestry needle through the ring, through a different pathway, so it gets stuck underneath, and you can do that twice if you want to. It shouldn't follow it anyway, and therefore you can get rid of that. This blanket, we will never be turning to the wrong side to crochet. We'll always stay on the front side of the work, the right side, and let's turn it back over and begin round number 3. Round number 3. We're going to start what is called as the wicker stitch in this round, and that's a really dominating feature on this whole blanket that looks great. So we're going to start off, and we need to chain 1, which will never count as a stitch here, and we need to put 2 extended single crochets around the first chain 3 space, so that what we created. To do that, you're going to go into the corner. So I didn't wrap first, yarn over, pull through. And normally with single crochet, we yarn over, pull through 2, but it's extended. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop only, and then yarn over, pull through 2. So it makes it a bit taller, which will help prevent this thing from spinning in circles. So technically in blankets, what happens is that the center twists. So this kind of stitch will stop that in this particular design. It doesn't work all the time, but it does in this one. So you're going to do another extended in the corner. So just going in, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, pull through 2. You're now going to do what I call as the wicker stitch, and the wicker stitch is going to land in between the 2 posts that are here on round number 1. So you don't need to count the number of stitches over, but you just got to jam your hook in between the posts. So yarn over first and go between the posts. Let this go over top of the edge to the other side, and you're going to grab it and you're going to pull. But you don't want to just start doing your double crochet immediately. You want to pull up a little bit of a space so that that single crochet round will be trapped inside, but without compressing this down. And you're going to pull through 2, and you're going to pull through 2. You will get used to how much slack that you need to do. So it needs to look like this. You don't want this starting in front of this. You want it being encased. And you need to do that 4 times. So that was 1. So yarning over, same spot. So between the posts, pull through, give it a bit of slack, pull through 2 and 2. You may have to get used to doing that. Do it again. So you yarn over and in between the posts, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And 1 more time. So when this thing gets bigger, this type of yarn with the bitty stripes, when it hits rows below, it looks like it's different. It's just we're at the beginning, so the coloring really hasn't changed yet. You were going to immediately then just go to your corner space and do 2 extended single crochets. So I'm going to just say extended single crochet. I always flub up on the words, so I'm going to say 2 extendeds. So you're going to go in, pull through 1 loop, pull through 2. Do it again. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, then through 2. And in this round, chain 2 is going to turn your corner. So chain 2 and then 2 more extendeds in there. So going in, yarn over, pull through 1, then yarn over, pull through 2. One more time, in, pull through 1, 2. So now we're going to do the wicker stitch again. So this is the last side that I'll show you, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So just use your fingers, and you can separate the 2 posts that are in round number 1 and start doing your double crochets in between the posts to create the wicker stitch. So we got to do that 4 times. So once, twice, three times, and 4. The wicker stitch will always be 4 double crochets that will go between posts that are in 2 rows below, always. You're going to hit your corner, so just go right to your corner and do 2 extendeds. And then chain 2 turns your corner. So 1 and 2 more extendeds in. So just repeat this process going around for this round, and I will see you close to the end of the round in a moment to finish off. I'll be back in just a moment. At the end of this round, you're going to come back to the beginning space, place in 2 extendeds. Now, because this is a chain 2 space corner round, we're going to just half double crochet to the beginning extended. So we don't want to chain 1 first, because a half double crochet join is the equivalent of a chain 2 space. So we chain 1 half double crochet join when we need a chain 3 space equivalent. And we're moving on to round number 4 next. Round number 4, you're going to chain 1, and it's a very easy round, and you're going to put in a single crochet into the corner. And you are going to single crochet all the stitches that you see all the way across to the next corner. I have a tip for you. When it's a single crochet round, the corners are always going to be a chain 3. Okay, that helps you to remember that. Okay, so once you get to your next corner, it's going to be single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. And then you just naturally turn the project and keep on going. So 1 single crochet into each stitch, do your corners, 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet, and continue around, and I'll see you close to the end of the round in a moment. Coming to the very last space where we started with, so we already have a single when we started, so we're going to apply a single in there, and because it's a chain 3 space equivalent, chain 1 and half double crochet to the top. If you prefer your corner to be done differently, that's your business. You decide what works for you. I find this works well for me. You're going to move on to round number 5 next. So rounds number 5 and 6 are going to be unique because we need to start a repeat pattern once we get to 7, but our counting that we have currently right now does not work in order to do that repeat. And so the next 2 rounds, we're going to get ourselves established to make that happen. So as you begin this one, we are going to chain 1, and in this corner, it's going to be 1 extended only. That's the only time you're ever going to see it, is in this round, that there's only 1 extended in the corners when you're doing this. So it'll be 1 extended, and then we will have chain 2 and then 1 extended. In the next 2 stitches that you'll have, there's going to be 2 extended single crochets in each. What we're trying to do is just change the multiple by doing it the way we're doing right now. So there's 2 into the first one, we need to do 2 into the next. Okay, so now we're going to do the wicker stitch, and we're going to go and look at the other wicker stitch that's down, and it's made up of 4 double crochets. You're going to go between the 2nd and the 3rd, right between the post. And there's going to be 4 double crochets in between there. Just make sure you give it a bit of slack. So these should be like it's floating on top and keeping relatively the same height. Now, we're going to come to your first corner that you've done the turn. The first two that are before the corner, or the last two I should say before the corner, is going to be 2 extendeds into each, so we have balance. So we're going to put 2 into each of the ones before the corner. So the 2 stitches before the corner each get an extended. Your corner is unique. It's going to be only 1 extended single crochet, chain 2 to turn, and 1 extended single crochet. And then I'll take you through another side. The first 2 after a corner are going to be 2 extended single crochets each. And once that's done, you're then going to wicker stitch into the existing wicker stitch that is right here. My ball is a little tight this morning. So second and third, it's between the posts. Just use your fingers to pry it open if you have to, or if you need to, and just apply 4 double crochets there to create the wicker stitch. So the coloring really hasn't changed too much yet, but this coloring will get even better as we're moving on. Okay, so then to finish up this side, the last 2 before the corner is each 2 extended into both. Okay, and then in the corner is 1 extended, chain 2, and 1 extended. I need you to repeat this concept around to finish this off. So 2 into the first, 2 extendeds, wicker stitch into the middle, 2 extendeds into the last 2 before the corner, and then turn your corner as you know it. Please do this for this round, and I'll be right back in a moment. Coming back to the first corner that we started with, there's only 1 extended single crochet in there, and then we're going to join with a half double crochet join to the top of the first extended. Okay, we're moving on to round number 6. Round number 6 is unique as well, and we're going to start that in a moment. Round number 6 is slightly unique and will get us to the right stitch multiple so that we can begin our repeat pattern start on round number 7. You should know that we use video chapters. It's in our video description and pinned comment, and so you'll be able to hit the time markers with the round numbers once we get to the repeat section. That you'll see all the sections have the time markers, but the number 7 will be the repeat. You're going to chain 1 right where you are, and you're going to single crochet into the first. You're going to skip the first single crochet that is out from the corner and go immediately to the second, right here. You have to skip 1, and you're going to then single crochet the remaining, and you're going to skip the last single crochet before the corner, or the last stitch before the corner, to keep the balance. Studio door is open. It's the beginning of June here, 2026, and so you're hearing a lot of outdoor noise, but summers are short here in Nova Scotia. So I have 1 more stitch before the corner. I'm going to automatically skip that, and so just go right into your corner. So single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet in. So to quickly recap, you're going to skip the first stitch out from a corner, single crochet all the remaining, and skip the last one before the corner, skip that one, and then do your corner to 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. And round number 6 will be the final of what we're doing to get ourselves established, and then our repeat pattern throughout the whole thing will start in round number 7. Coming up all the way around, I'm skipping the last one before the corner, single crochet into the corner. We're going to keep this color moving, so we're going to chain 1 and a half double crochet join to keep it as a chain 3 space. So we're ready now for the repeat, starting in number 7, and we're going to be repeating this kind of section a lot in order to get us through, because we're going to be changing colors and etc. So let's begin round number 7 and start the fun part. I'm about to make a mistake. I want to show you on the desk where this mistake is, because the repeat starting at number 7 is different than what you'll repeat in the future when you hit a 7. I'm going to explain why, and it was caught during testing, and it took me all day to film this thing, so I just want to show you where the error is and show you what to do. We're about to start the repeat that I will talk about constantly in this thing. It's from 7 to 10, and then you repeat number 7 again. The first time we're going to do 7 is that you are going to chain up 1, put 2 extendeds into the corner, and then 2 extendeds into the next one, and it states to put the next wicker stitch in between the group of the 4 extendeds here. Okay, but I had already told you in this tutorial that 5 and 6 were unique, and they are. So when you hit number 7 again in the future, this here, these extendeds do not exist. Instead, when you look at it from this perspective here, this is technically the way it should look when you go to repeat, is that it's chain 1, 2 extendeds into the corner, 2 into the first one, and the first wicker is actually into the wicker itself because there's no extendeds like there is here. Okay, so just remember that when you're going to do the repeat, that you're just going to slam your first wicker stitch into the middle or into the group of whatever's below. So the first time, number 7 will go in between here, and then 7 from here on will always, the first wicker will go into a wicker. Okay, let's get on with it. Round number 7 through 26 is the repeat for this entire pattern now going forward. You're going to start off in round number 7 and you're going to chain 1, and you are going to place 2 extendeds into the first corner. The next stitch from the corner is going to be 2 extended single crochet. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to separate the group of the extended single crochet here. There's 4 of them in a row. Do you see them? And you're going to go in between the second and the third one for a wicker stitch. So just come on down and place in 4 double crochet there. You're going to find when we do the wicker stitch in the rounds, it's going to go pretty quickly. You're now going to do a wicker stitch into the next one that you see, and it's in between the second and the third. So 4 double crochets make a wicker. Then you got to do another wicker stitch, and you're going to see a group of 4 extended single crochets that's between the second and the third, and you're going to wicker in between those. So you don't really need to count the number of stitches in the tops of the single crochet row that was before. You're looking for the obvious signs of separating your posts from below. So we had 2 extended single crochets after we left a corner, so the one before the corner has to have 2 extendeds in it to keep the balance. And then you're going to turn the corner. So it's going to be 2 extendeds first, chain 2 to turn, 2 extendeds. That's your corners. So I'll recap again on this side. So the first one, when you leave a corner, is going to have 2 extendeds into the same stitch. And this is setting us up for the future. That's why we're doing this. You're going to look below and you're seeing 4 thing. So you see actually technically 5, but you just ignore the one that's in the corner and you see that there's 4. It's between the second and the third to start your wicker stitch. So in future, I'm not going to be as detailed pointing things out. I'm just going to tell you where it is. Here's a tip. You see that I missed that second one. See how there's a line there? So I want to make sure I'm capturing all of the stitches when I'm going in between the posts. So I want to make sure I catch all the strands, I should say. So there's 4 double crochets. Now I've been doing this pattern for quite some over the last few days, so I'm used to doing the wicker stitch in an even motion. So then look for the next wicker and going in between the second and the third post. If anything, the wicker stitch teaches you tension control. And then you look for the next group of 4. So just ignore the one that's in the corner. There's 4 of them. Go between the second and the third to create a wicker stitch. And I'm just opening it up, making sure that there's no strands that are out of place when I do it. And so then for balance, the last one before the corner has to have 2 extendeds because we need those in the future. And then your corner is going to be 2 extendeds, chain 2 to turn, and 2 extendeds. So please complete this all the way around for round number 7. When you're coming around on a number 7 round, the last one before the corner should be 2 extendeds to keep balance. And then you need to put 2 extendeds in the beginning corner space. And we're going to keep this color going, so we're going to join with a half double crochet join to the top of the first extended, and now the colors are starting to get really interesting. Let's move on to round number 8. Round number 8, we don't have to mansplain too much, just chain up one single crochet into the corner, and then you're just going to plop in 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way to the next corner. You don't have to skip any more stitches when doing singles anymore. That's over and done with. And in your corners, so it'll be 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Please complete this around for round number 8. Coming back around on number 8, single crochet round. Don't forget to single crochet into the final corner, and we're going to keep this color going, so we're going to chain 1 half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet. And we're moving on to round number 9 next. Round number 9, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to apply 2 extendeds into the first corner. And only when it's around number 9, you don't have to worry about adding any more extended single crochets into the side. What you need to do is you need to look below here. Okay, so you are going to then just separate the group. So you have 2 extendeds in the corner and 2 into the one after the corner, and you're going to go between the second and the third, and you're going to apply your wicker stitch. So when you're on a round 7, you always have to put in 2 extendeds into the stitch after the corner, and when you're in a round 9, you don't have to bother to do that to keep the balance. Now you're going to look for the next wickers and just go in between the second and the thirds all the way to the next corner. You're going to be repeating 7 through 10 a lot in this pattern. The only difference is that the colors are changing, not the yarn ball changing its color, but the actual yarn itself. Okay, and you're just plopping in your 4 double crochets into the middle of each of the wicker stitches below. Okay, and then here we have to go look for the 2. There's 2 extendeds into the last one before the corner that was down here, and there's 2 extendeds in the corner. It's between the second and the third. Is the new wicker stitch completely. So you're building out these wicker stitches as more space becomes available. And because you're already really close to a corner now, you don't have to bother to put any extendeds into the side. You go right to the corner itself. So 2 extendeds. Chain 2, 2 extendeds. So just quickly recap just to get yourself restarted for another side. So you don't have to bother to put any more extendeds in there. You're looking between the second and the third extended below, and start a new wicker stitch lineup that will happen. just keep on going along. So now you can obviously see the wicker stitches, and so you go between the second and the third with 4 double crochets each. So you'll do this all the way to the corners. Your corners will be 2 extendeds, chain 2 extendeds, and then you start on fresh side, and I'll see you at the end of round number 9 in just a moment. I'm finishing up the final side here on the 9th round, and coming right into the corner, 2 extendeds, and I want to keep this color for one more time, so we're going to just join with a half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet. So I'm not worried about the colors changing over a corner. It looks good in this pattern, and we're going to move on to round number 10. Round number 10, you're going to chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet into the corner, and then slam in 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way to the next corner. Your corners will be 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet, and keep on doing that around. This will be the final time with this color, and we'll be changing it at the end of this round, so just do your single crochet round as I just mentioned. I'll be right back in a moment. At the end of this round, you're going to put 1 single crochet into the final corner, and this is a chain 3 space corner. Because this color is going to change, we're going to chain 3 and join with a slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet. I'm only going to show you one time on how to weave in your ends, so just trim it long enough to get that through a tapestry needle, and then just pull through the loop to lock it. Turn it to the back, and chances are, if it's like the bitty stripes here, see how this is this color and not this? I want to weave back through here. I don't want to interfere with the tops of the stitches though, guys, because I'm going to need those. So I'm going to go back through some of the chain work. Don't go necessarily between the strands, but go between plies, and this will help it lock into place. When you pull the first time, don't change the shape of your blanket by pulling it too tight. So I'm intentionally breaking apart the plies. It's even better if you can break apart the ply that you're using to weave this in as well. So you want to do that every time you're changing color. And now we're moving on to round number 11, so let's turn this back to the good side of the work. And you can start on any corner that you wish, and this yarn that we were just playing with, we just want to put it aside, and we'll be picking up where we left off in that yarn. And when you start with the next time, you don't have to start where you left off in this corner. You could pick another corner so it doesn't look like it's weird in any way, but you have to decide what's going to work for you. Rounds number 11 through 14 is using white, and we're going to start with a slip knot and put that onto the hook. And this is the corner that I finished with, so I'm going to just stick it into the corner, yarning over, pulling it through and through to lock it into place so it's attached with a slip stitch. So rounds number 11, 12, 13, 14 is identical to 7, 8, 9, and 10. The only difference is that it's colored, and I will take you through each one, but not in the detail I did before because I've already taken you through. So when you start round number 11, you've attached, you're going to chain 1 only and 2 extendeds into that same corner. Go right up over top of the straggler. You'll need to weave that in later with a yarn tail, or sorry, with the tapestry needle. So 2 extendeds in the beginning, and because it's a number 7, the first one out from the corner is going to have 2 extendeds in it. So remember what I said before, in 7 you have that, but in 9 you don't. That extra one that's before, or sorry, after a corner. So now you're going to reach, and it's going to feel wrong to reach all the way over to this wicker stitch and start doing your wicker. So 4 double crochets into there. Somehow it works. I don't really understand the mathematics on how it works, but it does. It's like magic. That's what Harry Potter would say. It's like magic. So once you get the first wicker in, you're going to then keep doing your wickers into the wickers all the way across. It helps if you actually crochet instead of dropping stitches too. Duh. Okay, so I find the wicker section is really quite fast. So you're playing within spaces and you can really throw on that TV and enjoy it. Okay, and this is the last wicker that will go in before a corner, and you're really far from the corner. So if that's an indication for you that something is weird, it's because you have to throw in 2 extra extended single crochets into the stitch before the corner, and that will pull it over. Again, I don't know how it works, but it does. And in the corners, it'll be 2 extendeds, chain 2 to turn, and 2 extendeds. And remember, because it's the 7th round here on the 11th, the first one out from a corner is 2 extendeds. And then you start wicker stitching in all the wickers all the way across. Please complete this round for number 11. End of round number 11. I just got to finish that first one that we started with 2 extendeds. And so I got the one before the corner, the one in the corner, and then I'm going to keep this color, so I'm going to join with a half double crochet join to the top of the first extended single crochet. Okay, let's move on to round number 12 next. Round number 12 is just a single crochet round, so just chain up 1 single crochet into the corner, single crochet into each of the stitches. Your corners then will be 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Please complete this around for number 12. I'm at the end of number 12. I'm just single crocheting around, single crochet into the final space where you started, and chain 1 and half double crochet join to be the equivalent of a chain 3, because we're going to keep this color going for at least 2 more rounds. Let's begin round number 13. Round number 13 is the same as number 9. So if you recall, in number 9, we are just literally going to deal with the corner and then jump to create your wicker stitches, just like you see down here. Okay, so just chain up 1 and 2 extendeds into the corner. And then you're just going to separate then your extended single crochets right here. So you have 2 into the corner and 2 into the first one. It's between the second and the third. So it's just like before, just a different color, that's all. So wicker stitch in between. And then just going in between your regular wicker stitches that you'll have. Okay, so you're going to do this all the way across. Your corners will be 2 extendeds, chain 2, 2 extendeds. You don't have to worry about adding any extra stitches in before you hit a corner, because this round we jump right from the corner to doing your wicker. Please do this around for lucky round number 13. Coming up to the end of number 13, I don't have to do anything before a corner. 2 extendeds into the corner, and then a half double crochet join to the top of the first extended. We're going to keep this color going one more time as we move on to round number 14. Round number 14 is just a single crochet round, so chain up 1 single crochet into the corner, 1 single crochet into each. Your corners are 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Do that around, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. This is round number 14. I'm at the end of round number 14. I'm just going to do your final corner, and because I want to end this color, I am going to chain 3 and slip stitch to the beginning. I've already shown you how to weave in the ends. So here's the trick with my particular blanket. If you noticed, is that this was the repeat starting, and then there was another here. So these kind of stitches are in repeats like that. You see that? There was 4 stitches of this color, or sorry, 4 rounds of this color, 4 rounds of this color. So I was pretty consistent about that change, which makes it pretty appealing. So weave in your ends, and we're moving on with bringing back the lolly or the Red Hearts Super Saver Biddy Stripes, and you can start it on any corner, and we're going to start a new stitch concept because my ADHD kicked in and I wanted something else because I was going to get bored. So rounds number 15, 16, 17, 18, we're going to be doing a crisscross stitch for every other round for that. So what we notice is that when we finished off with the Super Saver Biddy Stripes, see how the color is different than this side? You may want to just turn to a different corner and just begin somewhere else. It's up to you. And you're going to grab that yarn, and we're going to move on to round number 15 next. Round number 15, you can let me know in the comments if you'd like to start at the same round or where you finished. You can. We can do it. Let's do it. It's up to you. Your creativity, your call. Or do you like to use a different color? So we're going to start off with this already on the hook. Okay. And yarn over, pull through. And in this particular one, I need you to chain 1, and I need you to put in 2 regular double crochets here because we're going to change our stitch work. Go right up over top of that straggler. So the chain 1 doesn't count as anything, but it makes for 2 good clean double crochets right in the corner when we come back around. So we want to do what is called as a cross stitch. So we skip the first stitch and we double crochet into the one after it. If you want to cross in the front or back, you can decide. I like to always cross in the back. So we're going to double crochet into the one you skipped by just wrapping the hook, lean it forward, and grabbing that skipped stitch. Now I do have the straggler down on top to trap it. And pull through, and pull through 2, and pull through 2. And so what that does is it crosses back and behind. So to start another one, skip the next one, cross stitch in the next. So we're just there, and then just come on back. See how I kind of just use the hook and pull it back out of the way? I find it's easier than crossing in the front. Do you prefer to cross in the front or the back? You can let me know in the comments. So skip the next one, double crochet, and then cross in the back. So just use your hook and just move it out of the way and do that. So I need you to cross stitch all the way to the corner, and I'll be right back in a moment. If you've not noticed, because I've not said anything, the stitch count across each one of the sides has always been an even number, which is normally in crochet, it's always an odd number. So this is why we're able to crisscross back all the way across without an odd number hanging out of the end at any way. I will see you at the end of the side just to show you how to turn the corner. When coming to your corner, you'll have 2 stitches left, so you have the right number of stitches to be able to do the crisscross all the way without an odd stitch hanging out at the end. So once you hit the corner, it's going to be 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then just kind of rotate it and do 2 more double crochets into the same corner. So the side is going to start the way that we did it before. So you're going to skip the first one, double crochet into the next, and then come on back and do the one you skipped. Okay, so skip the next one, double crochet the next, and go into the one you skipped. Okay, you can do that and do this all the way around, and this is round number 15. Finishing up round number 15, just go into your final corner, 2 double crochets there, and join it with the half double crochet join to the top of the first double crochet. We're going to keep this color going, so we want to do that, and we're moving on to round number 16 next. Round number 16 is a single crochet round. You already know how to do that, so you're just going to chain up one single crochet into the corner, put in 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way across. In your corners, it's 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet, and I need you to do that around then for round number 16, and I'll be right back in a moment. At the end of round number 16, I'm just single crocheting around and just come into the final corner, chain 1 and half double crochet join because you need a chain 3 space. Are you having fun yet? You can let me know in the comments, and we're going to start then round number 17 with doing crisscross once again. Round number 17, the same as round number 15, you're just going to chain up 1 and 2 double crochet into the corner. And then you're going to start crisscrossing. So you're going to skip the first one, go to the second, and crisscross like you had, and then go into the one you skipped. Okay, so skip the next one, double crochet the next one after that, and come on back. You're going to crisscross all the way to the corners. Your corners will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and you'll do all 4 sides the same way, and I'll be back at the end of round number 17. Round number 17, I'm coming back around. I'm crisscrossing, trying to mind my own business and stay off social media. That's the hard pull, and come back to the first corner. But I've been a good boy this whole filming journey today. So 2 into there. We're going to keep the color one more time, so just half double crochet join to the top of the first double crochet. Let's turn slightly, and let's begin the final round with this color, number 18. Number 18, I didn't want to stress you out too much. You're welcome. It's a single crochet round, so just chain up 1 and 1 single crochet into the corner, 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way to the corners. Corners are 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Please go around, and we'll meet up at the end of this round. We're going to remove this color and begin something new at the end of that. Coming to the end of round number 18, this is the final for this color, so we'll put this ball aside. So come right into your corner. Because we are going to finish, we want to chain 3 and join with the slip stitch and weave in your ends. So we still have 8 more rounds before the repeat of the pattern begins again. And the next round is very unique because I had to figure out how am I going to get back to wicker stitching after coming out of here. So it took a bit of practice, and I figured it out, and that's going to be our next stage of the next 4 rounds. Let's begin to do that next, number 19. Round number 19, we're going to go back to the wicker stitch, but how are we going to do that when we don't have the stitches below that will match it? So that was my biggest challenge during the design, I think, of this whole thing. So we're going to be able to establish that in this first round, and we're going to go right into your corner and attach. So the corner will be like we know it before, so we're going to chain up 1 and 2 extendeds into the corner. And I treated this like round number 7, but once we get to here, it's going to be unique. So the first one out from the corner is going to also have 2 extendeds, so that we can easily repeat the pattern once this round is done. So what I need you to do is that you're going to see a crisscross. I need you to go in between a set of crisscrosses. So see the crisscross, we want to just go right in there, right where my fingers. And you're going to put 4 double crochets to make a wicker stitch into that space. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now what I need you to do is skip 2 crisscrosses that you see and come in between before the 3rd one, and put in 4 double crochets there. So what we're doing is we're establishing the correct spacing and getting it ready, because the next 3 rounds after this is what you already know. It's just the implementation of this one. So this is the equivalent of a round 7. So skip 2 crisscrosses and come before the 3rd. And put in your 4 double crochet to make a wicker stitch. As you're coming all the way across, you're going to skip the next 2, and you'll have 1 that is crisscrossed before the corner. And so you're just going to do that. So the idea was try to figure out the balance to make it work. And of course I had to try samples in order to make this happen. And so I'm going to skip the last crisscross, and I'm not going to worry about anything below here anymore. And the stitch before the corner is going to be 2 extendeds to bring it to an equal level of a number 7 round. So then in the corners it's 2 extendeds, chain 2 to turn, and 2 extendeds. So I'll get you started on one more side, because you're going to do the same thing all the way around. So the first one out from a corner is going to be 2 extendeds, and then you're going to look for your crisscross. You see it? So you're going to skip the first one and go in between that one and the next one, and do your wicker stitching down. So 4 double crochet in, and now you're going to jump by 2. So skip the next 2 and put 4 double crochet crochets into next, and it helps if I actually stitch it. My mind's wandering. My ADHD is kicking in. It might be time for a lunch break at this time. So I'm going to just skip sets of 2. When you get to the corner, you're going to land in the one before the last crisscross. So you'll put a wicker stitch in there. You'll put in your 2 extendeds into the stitch before the corner, and your corners will remain the same of 2 extendeds, chain 2, 2 extendeds. I'll see you at the end of this round in a moment. I'm coming around on number 19. I got my last one in there. There's the cross stitch there. So I just got to put 2 extendeds into the stitch before the corner, and then 2 into the corner. Oops. And then because this is a chain 2 corner, we're going to just join with the half double crochet. So we're going to move on then to round number 20. Round number 20, we already know what this round is. It's just chain up 1 single crochet into the corner. And so you are going to put in 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across. Your corners are what you know it to be, of 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet, and continue that around for round number 20. I'll be back in just a moment. At the end of the 20th round, just coming on in with the single crochet with the final space. And we want to keep this color going, so we're going to chain 1 and half double crochet to the beginning single crochet, which equals a chain 3 space. Let's begin round number 21. Round number 21 is the same as number 9. You're going to chain up 1 and apply 2 extendeds into the first space. And then you are going to start your wicker stitches like you had been before. So you have 2 extended there, 2 here. You're just going to go in between the 2 groups and start your wicker. So 4 double crochets in between. You've done this before now several times, just not with this color yet. And then just go and just keep on moving. So when you get to the end of the side, you're just going to skip right to the corner space, 2 extended single crochet, chain 2, 2 extended single crochet. Please do this all the way around for round number 21. So I'm coming around here on number 21, and I just have to jump right to the space, 2 extendeds, and then we're going to keep the color, so we'll do a half double crochet join. So we're going to do one more round of this color, and then we're going to move on. So let's do round number 22 next. Round number 22, you already know, is a single crochet round. So chain 1, 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across to the next corner. In the corners, 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet, and continue that around. I'll see you at the end of round number 22, and this is the end of this color, and we're moving on in round number 23 to something else. Coming to the end of round number 22, single crochet in that final space. We are ending this color, so we're going to chain 3 and slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. Get rid of this color. We're going to do the final 4 rounds that will complete the sequence of 7 to 26. So we're moving on to 23 using the color white as we do the final 4 rows or rounds. Round number 23, start off with some white or whatever color you decided, and we're going to go right into the corner and attach. This is the same as round number 7. So just chain up 1 and 2 extendeds into the same corner. And because it's round number 7, the next one right out from the corner is 2 extendeds. I'm waiting for somebody to criticize me for not using the full name. I just always slip up on the names. So once we have that done, we're going to go right to our first wicker stitch, and we're going to make a wicker. So the 4 double crochets are in the center. You've done this before now several times. And this is the equivalent of round number 7, so I don't need to go through it too hard. And so you are going to go all the way across wicker stitching, and then the 1 stitch before the corner is going to be 2 extendeds, and then you'll hit the corner of 2 extended single crochet, chain 2, 2 extended crochets. See, I told you 2 extendeds, and then you will just continue that same concept around. Please do this for round number 23. Finishing up round number 23, coming in the final corner. Remember, there's 2 extendeds before you get to that corner. So we want to keep this color going, so we're going to join with a half double crochet to the top of the first extended as we move on to round number 24. Round number 24, we already know what we're doing. We're chaining 1 and we're applying 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. Corners are 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. Please do this all the way around for round number 24. I'll be right back in a moment. And here I am on the end of number 24, 1 single crochet into the final beginning space. We are going to continue this color, so you got to chain 1 and half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet. This is going to be the same as round number 9. So just chain up 1 and apply 2 extendeds into the beginning. Now, because it's number 9, we're just going to start with our wicker stitch by separating the second and the third of the extendeds down below. You've done this several times at this time. Okay, so then you just keep on doing your wicker stitch within the wicker stitch that you see, and then because it is a number 9, technically number 25 here, you're just going to jump right into the final corner, and it's going to be 2 extendeds, chain 2, 2 extendeds, and then you're going to continue this all around. I'll see you at the end of round number 25 in a moment. Coming up to the end of number 25, I've got my last wicker stitch in, and because it is a 9th round, which is a repeat, it's just going to go right to the edge, right to the corner. Are you sick of me yet? We got one more round to do after this, so let's just chain 1 and join with a half double crochet to the top. Okay, last round number 26 is the end of the repeat cycle, and we're going to begin that next. So we're finally here on number 26. It's taken me all day to film this, honestly. My ADHD has gone off so hard. So chain 1 and it's 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So your corners are 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1 single crochet. I'm going to be saying that in my sleep tonight after a day of making this video, which is fine. So for those that know what they're doing, you're off to the races, but for those that would like to start all over again, you're going to go back, use the video chapters in the video description. I put time to put that there for you, or the pinned comment to take you back to round number 7. All the colors are exactly in order and the way that they should be, and we'll take you back to this moment. Now, at the time of production of this, I don't know how many repeats I'm going to be doing because I'm currently designing this, so I'm filming it out of order, as I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast today. So I will see you at the end of number 26, and we'll do a quick recap, and then we'll kiss goodbye. And here we are at the end of number 26. So just go into that beginning space, and this is the end of this color. So you're going to chain 3 and slip stitch, snip the yarn, you know, feed it back in, and you're going to have to start all over again in the sequence. So that means you're stuck with me longer. Sorry about your luck. So let's just recap on what that is and what you've learned today and what I would like to see for your future. And of course, post your stuff on Facebook. I want to see it. So let's go. So in today's video, we went through the entire sequence. It's actually 20 rows that make up this blanket. So right from the very first time we ever touched it for the sequence of number 7, we completed all of this section here, and so this is going to be your repeat. So when you see the final sample, you're going to notice that the white really kind of makes everything else pop, and even with the different color sequence that you're seeing here, it's going to be a really great day. So once I get finished this design, I'll update the video description. I'll have that for you, and the pattern will be written, and our journey members on our YouTube channel will have an opportunity to test it before it goes live. I wish you the very best of day, and I'll see you back on round number 7. Use our video chapters to scroll back. That's in the video description, or pin comment to take you back right to here, and the color sequence is exactly the same. That's it for today, and it's my pleasure to serve. Bye-bye.